Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to Destination Perfect. Today, we're diving headfirst into the vibrant city of Malacca, Malaysia. This place is a melting pot of culture, history, and some of the most incredible food you'll ever eat. We're talking centuries-old buildings, bustling markets, and flavors that will blow your mind. Seriously, get ready to have your wanderlust fired up because Malacca is the real deal. Let's kick things off in Jonker Street, the beating heart of Malacca. This place comes alive at night with a street market that'll make your head spin. Endless rows of vendors sell everything from vintage finds to souvenirs. But the main attraction here is the food. Get your stomachs ready because it is on. Try the Nyonya Laksa, a spicy and sour fish-based soup. Then there's the chicken rice balls with tender chicken and dipping sauce. And for dessert, durian ice cream. The energy on Jonker Street is electric. Music, bargains, and street food aromas everywhere. It's an experience you won't forget. Next up, we're traveling back in time to the 16th century at A Famosa. Now this isn't just some random pile of rocks, okay? This Portuguese fortress is a relic of Malacca's colonial past, and it's seen its fair share of battles and conquests. Imagine Portuguese ships arriving on these shores, determined to control the spice trade. They built A Famosa to protect their interests, and it became a symbol of their power in the region. Over the centuries, the Dutch took over, then the British, and A Famosa changed hands time and again. It's amazing to think about all the history that's soaked into these walls. Today, only the Porta de Santiago gatehouse remains. But honestly, that's all you need to get a sense of how imposing this fortress must have been. Walking through that archway is like stepping back in time. You can practically hear the clash of swords and the roar of cannons. It's a powerful reminder of Malacca's rich and sometimes turbulent history. From A Famosa, we're making our way up to St. Paul's Hill. And guys, the view from here is absolutely killer. You get a panorama of the whole city, with the Malacca Strait stretching out in the distance. It's the perfect spot to catch the sunset or just soak in the scenery. But St. Paul's Hill isn't just about the view. It's also home to the ruins of St. Paul's Church, built by the Portuguese back in the 1500s. This place has some serious history. Imagine this. It used to be a grand church, a symbol of Christianity in the region. But when the Dutch took over, they turned it into a burial ground for their nobles. Now, it stands as a haunting reminder of Malacca's past, with weathered tombstones scattered amongst the ruins. You can almost feel the stories whispering through the wind as you walk through the crumbling archways. It's a place of quiet reflection, a stark contrast to the bustling streets below. If you are enjoying the video so far, please make sure to like and subscribe to the Destination Perfect channel for more travel videos like this. Also check out our affiliate links in the description below to book your holiday, as those sites have the best deals in our opinion. Buying from our links will really help the channel out. Anyway, let's get back to the top 10 list. Okay, you can't come to Malacca without snapping a pic of Christ Church. Seriously, this place is iconic. It's this bright red building with a massive white cross that just screams Dutch colonial architecture. Built in the 1750s, Christ Church is one of the oldest functioning Protestant churches in Malaysia. Think about that for a second. People have been worshipping in this very building for almost 300 years. That's a lot of history, a lot of prayers, a lot of faith. Step inside and you'll be transported back in time. You've got the original handmade pews, tombstones embedded in the floor, and an atmosphere of peace and tranquility. It's a stark contrast to the noise and chaos of the city outside. Right next door to Christ Church is the Stadthuys, one of Malacca's most recognizable landmarks. This place is a photographer's dream. The vibrant red building pops against the blue sky. Built in the 17th century, the Stadthuys is one of the oldest surviving Dutch buildings in the East. It was the official residence of the Dutch governor and housed administrative offices. Today, it's home to the Malacca History and Ethnography Museum. Inside, you'll find exhibits on Malacca's history, culture, and art. Okay, get ready to dive into the fascinating world of the Peranakan culture at the Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum. Now, the Peranakans are descendants of Chinese traders who settled in the Malay archipelago centuries ago, and their culture is a unique blend of Chinese, Malay, and European influences. It's fascinating stuff. This museum is actually a beautifully preserved 19th century townhouse, and stepping inside is like taking a time machine back to the era of wealthy Peranakan families. You'll see ornate furniture, intricate carvings, and antique porcelain, all meticulously preserved. One of the coolest things about this museum is that it's not just a bunch of dusty artifacts behind ropes. The rooms are set up to look like they were actually lived in, so you can really imagine what life was like for the Peranakan people back in the day. It's like walking through a living, breathing history book. Ever wondered what a 15th century Malay palace looked like? Well, wonder no more, because we're heading to the Malacca Sultanate Palace. Now, this isn't the original palace, unfortunately. That one was destroyed centuries ago. But this replica, built in the 1980s, is based on meticulous historical research, and it's pretty darn impressive. The palace is built entirely of wood and nails, just like the original. And it's a beautiful example of traditional Malay architecture. You'll see intricate carvings, sloping roofs, and a grand hall that will transport you straight back to the days of sultans and princesses. Inside, the palace houses a museum with exhibits on the history of the Malacca Sultanate, which was a powerful empire back in the day. Get ready to step into a world of peace and tranquility at the Cheng Teng Temple, the oldest functioning Chinese temple in Malaysia. This place is a riot of colors, with intricate carvings, swirling dragons, and burning incense filling the air. Built in the 1600s, the temple is dedicated to the deity Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy, and it's a beautiful example of traditional Chinese architecture. Every detail, from the ornate roof to the colorful statues, has a symbolic meaning, reflecting the beliefs and traditions of Chinese Buddhism. Take a moment to soak in the atmosphere. Listen to the chanting of the monks, watch the flickering candles, and breathe in the scent of incense. It's a truly sensory experience that will stay with you long after you leave. Alright guys, time to get a bird's-eye view of Malacca from the Menara Taming Sari. Now this 110-meter-tall gyro tower is hard to miss. It's this futuristic-looking structure that towers over the city skyline. Step inside the air-conditioned gondola and get ready for takeoff. As the tower slowly rotates, you'll be treated to breathtaking panoramic views of Malacca. We're talking the historic city center, the Malacca Strait, and on a clear day, you can even see Mount Ophir in the distance. It's a great way to get your bearings and appreciate the layout of the city. Plus, it's a pretty cool experience just floating above it all. For our final Malacca adventure, we're hopping on a river cruise. This is a great way to see the city from a different perspective and escape the heat for a bit. As you glide down the Malacca River, you'll pass by colorful murals, historic buildings, and charming bridges. Look out for the traditional wooden houses built on stilts along the riverbank. These are a reminder of Malacca's past as a bustling trading port. You'll also see more modern buildings showcasing the city's evolution over time. The river cruise is especially magical at night when the buildings are all lit up and the city takes on a whole new ambiance. It's a perfect way to end a day of exploring. So there you have it, guys. Malacca in a nutshell. From ancient fortresses and colonial churches to bustling night markets and delicious street food, this city has it all. I'm exhausted, I need to edit all this, but man, Malacca really surprised me. It's a place where history comes alive, where cultures collide, and where there's always something new to discover. If you haven't been, add it to your list. Trust me, you won't regret it. As always, thanks for coming along on this adventure with me. Make sure to subscribe for more travel videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.